The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie ended up being one of the best celebration games I've ever played. And I don't even know if that was the developer's intent when they first started making this game. I know this game was kind of made to bridge the gap between Cold Steel 4 and the new saga, and I feel like this game very much did that. But no, the celebration comes in the fact that all the past favorites, the lion's share of them anyway, in terms of characters are in this game, in terms of the narrative they're present, in terms of the gameplay they're present to, and just how the game's constructed makes it feel like the ultimate celebration game. So you get 3 different paths, each with a different group of heroes that we've seen over the course of the series history. That's awesome, seeing how they're all interacting with each other. You can jump freely between them, which I thought was great. It kept things really fresh instead of just having one main narrative. Nothing wrong with that, just the 3 different perspectives just really kept things engaging, especially with a huge cast of characters. Everyone was able to kind of get their time. So in the story, it's a celebration. And then gameplay speaking it is too, because you have the Reverie corridor. That's the big kind of gameplay gimmick in this Legend of Heroes game. You can go here anytime, and there's mini games. You can talk to all your characters, see the side stories, dungeon crawl, make your characters insanely strong. And you can have your dream party. You have like, well over 30 characters to pick from, and characters who maybe narratively would never be together or wouldn't make much sense, or it would take a lot of effort on Falcom's part to get them together. You can just do it on a whim here and go and have fun and just have all these different party combinations to play with. It was freaking fantastic. It was way better than maybe Fire Emblem Engage, another celebration game. They nailed the gameplay in that game in Fire Emblem, but they totally missed the mark with the narrative. Oh, it was terrible narrative in that game. But this game, very much not the case. They make it its own thing, even though it's just kind of a stopgap game between series. And while battles have been a big thing in the Legend of Heroes series, it's always had a really good turn-based combat system. The battles are really front and center in this title because of the Reverie corridor. I felt like I got a lot more time in combat, so I got to enjoy the actual gameplay quite a bit more, as these games are very story heavy and there can be long periods of time between getting in combat. You can just do it at the flick of a button. So it keeps things constantly fresh. If you're stuck in the narrative, you can escape it at any point. Me personally though, I was always really excited to get back into the main narrative because I really liked it. It kept me engaged the whole game. A lot of games, I start to get burnt out towards the end, but if there's a strong narrative in it, it keeps me going. It can keep me going for dozens and dozens of hours, and that's what this game does. The narrative is so good that it keeps me engaged the entire way through, and I wasn't looking forward to being done and getting on to the next game, which is very much what happens with me a lot of the time. My biggest throwaway complaint is probably just that this game took me so much longer to finish. I just grossly underestimate how long the Legend of Heroes series games take. And I won't be doing that going forward. I will just make sure if I'm starting this game, I am in it for the long haul. But the thing that the Legend of Heroes series does best, and the thing I love it for the most, is just the world building it does. Whether it's the characters, their place within the world, all these mysterious organizations we hear whispers about, the bigger mysteries of the world that have been kind of put forward recently, or just the far off lands or countries we hear about and what's going on there. Oh, I love hearing about that stuff, even if it's just a throwaway line or two. And Reverie in particular has me so excited for the next saga. There's some great teases in here for what's to come next. And that's the thing with the Legend of Heroes series. It always makes me excited for what's over the next hill, what's on the horizon. When you get right down to it, this game was made for the fans, nobody else. This game was made to, I guess, maybe offer a sense of closure to the saga that came before it. It was not made with the intent of getting new fans into the series. No way. I would definitely not recommend this as a starting off point. But that's okay. I don't think every game needs to be made with the intent of getting new fans into it. This is made for already established fans of the series. And as one, I thought it was an excellent treat. I don't expect every game to be that way by any stretch, but it's nice once in a while to get a game that's just made for a very specific group of people. So I really like that about the title. But no, Trails into Reverie, awesome time. If you're a Legend of Heroes fan, you don't need me to tell you to play it. I'm just kind of basically here being like, I really liked it. I thought it was a good time. And I hope you Legend of Heroes fans enjoyed it as much as I did, because I thought it was pretty damn sweet. And now I can't wait for the next game in the saga. Hopefully it's not too far away. The localization of these titles is such a bitch, but maybe in the future that'll get fixed. But no, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Hope you liked it. I'll see you soon.